Hey everyone, today I want to share a simple language learning tip to help you get the most out of your language learning materials and extend their value using a substitution drill. So what is a substitution drill? Essentially, it's a way for you to practice the grammar and constructions of the language that you're trying to learn. By starting with a simple sentence and simply swapping out one word for another word within your vocabulary, you can dramatically increase the number of contextual learning you can do. By swapping out one word for another, you're changing the meaning of the sentence, but you're still maintaining your understanding of that grammar, of the construction itself. This is a really good way for you to drill in the questions and answers and various grammatical points that you need to learn for the language, as well as practicing vocabulary that you're going to use within those sentences and that are going to come up in daily conversations. So, what about the books? I use this a little bit with my Teach Yourself book. I did it mostly with my Assimil book here, and I'm going to use this as my example. When you're going through the books and you're doing the lessons, if you follow the Assimil guide, you listen in the passive round first, and then you go back and you do the active round. And I found layering it back with the substitution drills for some of the sentences maybe you didn't understand or you want to get a better grasp of. This is a really good way to really solidify that knowledge and build a foundation in the language that you can build off of in the future. So let me turn on my computer and I'll show you how I did it with my Assimil book. Okay, so here you can see I've got the Assimil book open. And basically I'm just going to grab a couple sample sentences here to show you what I'm talking about by substitution. So here the first sentence, Chào anh ba, bây giờ anh ở đâu? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to substitute out different words in the sentence to make new sentences. So you can substitute out the person that you're talking with, or you can substitute out the action they're doing, where they're going, even the time that you're talking about. So I've made some example sentences over here. So the initial sentence, Chào anh ba, bây giờ anh ở đâu? Simply swap out the person you're talking about, Chào cô San, bây giờ cậu ở đâu? Or you can change what it is they're talking about by substituting out. So here I've substituted anh ba for cậu Hưng, and instead of ở đâu, đang làm gì, what are you doing? So chào cậu Hưng, bây giờ cậu đang làm gì? And same thing here, swapping out the person, and here I'm just changing the time frame. Chào chú Nam, hôm qua chú đã đi đâu? So yesterday, where did you go? So you get the basic idea. Basically substituting one word for another word and substituting out the action word or the time frame gives you a whole bunch of new sentences, and you could keep doing this over and over again. You don't have to stop with 3. Normally I have a notebook that I started with and I filled up a lot of a notebook, or eventually I just switched to doing it on the computer. I didn't always save them, sometimes I did, but I would just make sentence after sentence, and I would do this with the Assimil book and go through as many of the sentences in the unit that I could. Anything that looked like it might be an important construction or grammatical structure to the language that I might need to work on. So let's go here again and look at another one. This is one. So, anh có muốn xem ảnh gia đình tôi không? So, would you like to see a picture of my family? So same thing, you're just swapping things out. So instead of seeing a picture of the family, do you want to see a movie with me? Anh có muốn xem phim với tôi không? Or instead of seeing something, do you want to meet my family? Chị có muốn gặp gia đình tôi không? Or, change, instead of seeing the picture of their family, em có muốn xem ảnh con của tôi không? Do you want to see a picture of my kid? So here you go. This is like a basic sentence or question sentence that you might come across in Vietnamese pretty frequently. The term không is normally a way to end a sentence. You're asking a question. Do you want this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to see this? So you could literally make thousands of sentences with this structure. Có muốn, không. Anything do you want to do? Yes or no. So this could keep going on and on and on. And again, you're just substituting out basic things. So here's ang, you're talking to an older guy, or chi, talking to an older girl. Am could be a younger man or a younger woman. And just proposing various questions using this structure. Ang có muốn không? So if we go to the next example here, all right, so we have one of the later units here. So we're now 259 pages into units, and you have the question, Hey này, chị định đi nghỉ ở đâu? So this summer, where do you intend to vacation? So here you could just change out, where are you going, or what season. So hey này, so instead of the summer, you say mùa đông này, this winter, chị định đi nghỉ ở đâu? Where do you plan a vacation? So you've substituted out the summer season for the winter season. Or you could change that to, instead of hey này, instead of the season, you could reference a day precisely. Ngày mai, tomorrow, anh định đi ở đâu? Where do you plan to go? Or you could change it to tuần trước, chú đã đi làm ở đâu? So last week, where did you go work? So by substituting out nghỉ, vacation, làm, work, you've changed the structure of the sentence. You've changed the question that you're asking. You could even change this so that you're answering the question. So, well, cái này tôi định đi nghỉ ở Việt Nam. So you could do that with any of these. You could change it from the question to an actual answer. So here, all I've substituted out was the order. So instead of hey này chị định đi nghỉ ở đâu, I could say vào hey này tôi định đi nghỉ ở Việt Nam. So you're answering the question. You're substituting out the question for the answer. That's a bit more complicated. The easiest way to start is just transferring out one word for another. So transferring out the person, or transferring out the time frame. Bây giờ, hôm qua. So from now to yesterday. And that kind of gives you a basic idea of what you're going to be doing here. So you're going to be substituting out one word or a few words within a sentence for another to create a whole new sentence. And this really gives you the ability to work on the structure of the language, the grammar of the language, the general construction of how you're going to put these sentences together, and practice various vocabulary sets that you're studying, that you're working on right now. So here I've written it down. So you can change it to time sentence. You can transform the question, what are you doing, to where do you work. You can change the introduction, the person you're speaking to. You could even answer the questions. You can just practice the straight question sentences by transforming what they're asking about. Do you want to go with me? Do you like this? Do you like that? And you can practice the standard structure of the questions that way. You can also change and substitute words so that you're changing the intentions, the plans, the location, the season, the action. What are you wanting to do? What are you planning to do? And you can even transform from a question into a statement, which is a bit more complicated, and I would suggest you save that for once you're comfortable with the actual structure itself, and you want to do more with it. So that's something that you might want to do later on. So there you go. That's an introduction to substitution, and a really good way to increase the value of your studying books that you have. Right, so taking one of these, and after you've gone through the units the Assimil way, going through a second time and using these substitution drills is a really good way to really lock in the vocabulary and the grammatical structures of the language and help you improve and build that strong foundational base. So have you guys used this technique before? Do you like it? What techniques do you use when you're studying a language? I really want to know. Leave me a comment below. And if you like the video, please subscribe and follow me on my language learning journey.